Welcome back to the Culturally Distinct Podcast, guys. It's your boy DJ KO. I'm glad you guys tuned back into the show, man. Look, it's been a great show. As you guys can see, we got some great things coming up. As you saw the headlines prior to coming on, man, look, this is a great time to be alive. It's springtime. Easter is approaching. Make sure you guys get your Easter suits. That's for the black people. I'm sorry that Make sure you guys get your Easter suits and your Easter fits and your crawfish, because actually crawfish is coming down. So crawfish is getting lower in Houston. Much love to everybody there in Houston, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, all my people, everybody that show love, everybody that send me the DMs, man, be sending me these crazy DMs, man. Look, I'm gonna respond to you one day, but not today. But so, guys, I appreciate you guys. But anyway, guys, look, I appreciate my sponsors, 605 Adult Beverages. Much love to you guys. Also, Red Core Universe. Much love to you. Also, for my partnerships over there. Today we have a special show, real special show. I'm talking about special. And look, I'm not just saying that because, you see a little bubbly in the background, you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about a little entrepreneurship today. Yes. Just a little bit. But we're going to talk about the drink too, you know what I'm saying? As we sip, where's mine at? There we go. By the way, guys, this is what they call it in the church? Communion? Yeah. This is a communion. We have a little communion juice going on today, I'm a taste tester for today. But everybody, I'd like you guys to welcome to the show Miss Stacy. She's representing, now I'm going to say it. Don't help me out, all right? Don't help me out. She's representing the company, founder, co-founder, owner of Vista Vie Royale. Yes. Hey, I said it right. Vista Vie Royale Champagne. Hey, all right. How you doing, Miss Stacy?
Great. Thank you so much for inviting me to come on your show.
Yes.
And it's a privilege and an honor for us to be here. And when I say us, I'm talking about Vista Vie Royale.
Yeah, Vista Vie. So look, so let me ask you this, because I know you have like 10 names, right? I can't get all your names. You got I know you got Alizé and Babino and Dango and I forget all of it. You got 10 names, right?
I do.
But Babino is the name that's noticeable because that's a Louisiana name.
Yes.
So you're originally from Louisiana, I take it.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Louisiana is my birthplace.
Okay.
Louisiana is my career-based place. Mm-hmm. Louisiana's home.
Shout out to Louisiana. I got to pass over there. Shout out to Louisiana. I got a lot of viewership from Louisiana. In that southwest Louisiana, New Orleans, that area right there.
Oh, so when you say southwest, you're talking about Lafayette.
Yeah, Lafayette, Opelousas, St. Martinville.
New Orleans, you're talking about 3rd Ward, 4th Ward, or the business district?
No, hold up.
Okay, this is your show.
I can't let you know who I was in New Orleans.
Okay,
I live in Houston.
Got it.
I live in Houston now. I can't tell you where I used to be in New Orleans now, all right? Now, so today we're going to talk about a little bit of entrepreneurship, right? But I really want to get into your book, and I want to get into the champagne. So Vista Vie.
Yes.
How did it start? First of all, what is Vista Vie? And how did the name come about?
Okay, that is a very good question. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say great for your next question. But that's a very good question. Vista Vie Royale is French words for live your royal life.
Okay.
So that's how I incorporated the name, because it's not about royal as being Queen Elizabeth and King George. Royal is what royal means to you. Mm-hmm. I want you to live that life. It's not about nobody else's royalty. This is your royalty. Mm-hmm. What are you passionate about? What do you enjoy doing? How do you celebrate? Because my understanding of royalty is doing the things you enjoy to do, making sure nobody stops you, mm-hmm. finding ways to get it done, and doing it with other people who have the same ideas and views as you. That's royalty to me.
Okay.
So how I created the wine line is because my background is alcohol.
Okay.
So I come from a background of administration in alcohol.
I was about to say, I'm about to ask you what you mean your background is alcohol. I was going to say alcoholism. I'm glad you cleared that up. Oh, all right. I'm glad you cleared that up. All right.
No.
All right. I'm sorry. My bad. All right.
No. But I see how it could be a little bit confusing because it's really not popular.
Right.
It's not popular at all. A lot of the people that's in the alcohol industry that I worked with, they didn't do anything like this post their administrative time. Mm-hmm. So I was given an opportunity during my visit in the convention on the East Coast.
Really?
Yes. So I was on the East Coast for an alcohol and tobacco convention representing the state, and I met a winemaker, and the rest is history.
Wow, really? Like that?
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
call it destiny.
But he was on the East Coast producing wine, and my product is from the West Coast. So there is some timeline
Okay.
from me actually having an idea to have a product in comparison to actually having a product.
So you mean your product as in the berry, the actual grape?
Yes.
It's on the West Coast? I
Yes.
take it Sonoma,
Yes.
the area, Sonoma
Well,
County.
mine is Lodi. Yes.
Got you. Okay. So shout out to guys who don't know about Sonoma County. That's wine. That's Napa Valley, that area over in California. That's where let me see. Of the United States wine, probably 75% of it, wine is distributed. Wine and champagne is distributed out of Napa Valley.
Correct.
And then you have a couple of them across the world, but majority right there in Napa Valley in California. Fun fact.
That's right. And at the time, the East Coast was actually producing grapes. And this is going back to 2015, 2014, 13.
Okay.
This is them getting the idea that they can produce wine. And this is where the conference was being held. This was a bad time because they hadn't been producing long enough to say they mastered it.
Got
So
you.
the wine was terrible. So I wasn't going to actually work with him. So what he did was he introduced me to a different winemaker on the West Coast, and we made magic.
Okay, that sounds good. So now I want to, because I have I got to hear my viewers asking, so how did you get started? What you mean she has a champagne? How did you even know about champagne? I'm not going to ask all those questions because those are, I'm going to ask you, what was your history with champagne?
I like to celebrate.
Okay.
Yes. So when I actually had the opportunity to create the wine line, I was given a type of wine that I would like to create because there's different wines. You have your Chardonnays, you have your Merlots, you have your Cabernets, whatnot. So I went into the champagne era because I'm a celebration person. I enjoy birthdays. I go to everybody's wedding. I like to celebrate bachelorette events and, contribute to the fun part of celebration.
We from Louisiana.
Graduation.
We graduate. We celebrate everything. Somebody having a crawfish ball. We going by the house and we celebrate. You got a house party after work. You get off for work. Y'all had a hard day. Just celebrate. We're gonna celebrate
We're
anyway.
gonna drink. We're gonna celebrate everything.
Right.
And we're gonna have a good time.
Right.
So whenever the celebration formula came, it came from just it being who I am. If I'm not having a good time, I'm leaving. And if we're not gonna have a good time, I'm not going.
Yeah.
So everybody's presence is a celebration because we're here. So my objective is just to constantly celebrate. And when you celebrate with something that actually tastes good.
Yeah.
And that's what Vista Vie Royale Rosé is.
So let me. I don't want you to give the secret of the recipe, but a combination of flavors because I've tasted it and it's real good. And fellas, it's okay to drink champagne and wine. It's okay, especially with your lady, your wife, your side piece, whatever you want to do. It's okay to do that.
Like macaroni and cheese.
Kind of, sort of,
Oh.
right?
You say like green beans?
Well, no, not that side piece. Everybody in my Louisiana crowd, y'all know this. Shout out to my side piece. Y'all know this. Shout out to Poker Bill. I done came home.
Moon. Okay.
Yeah, all right, look. So the recipe for the actual champagne. So is it a champagne or it's a sparkling wine?
So if you find yourself in the category, it's a champagne.
Okay.
But it's a sparkling champagne.
Got you.
See, rosé in comparison to brut is the color factor.
Yes.
And you get a pink coloration with rosé because of the peelings from the grape that is used to actually produce the wine.
Yeah.
So the brut, which is the clear champagne bubbly, the grape peelings is not involved in the processing. So that's the difference.
I like that. So I want you to give my crowd the education.
Okay.
Right? Since how you said
So you calling me Lauren Hill?
Oh yeah, that's miseducation, right? The miseducation of Stacy. So let me know how is the wine conceived? Like the difference, because some people have whites, some people have the dark wine, some people have the rosé, right? How is that conceived and how is it made?
So you have your red grapes and your green grapes. Your white wine is going to come from your green grape. And this is going to be the very basic part of the education. It's going to be the color of grapes. So your green grapes is going to come from your clear wines, and your red grapes is going to come from your red wines and your rosé. So the Pinot Noir grape is what actually creates the rosé.
Mm-hmm.
So it comes from a Pinot Noir grape, which would be founded as a red grape, and it's just your types of grapes.
Because I used to, so I still go to wine bars, but I had to get the education from let me see if I'm saying this right, a sommelier. A sommelier, right?
Yeah.
So a sommelier, they really taught me how to hold the glass, how to inhale, how to taste, right? And taste for certain flavors inside of the wine. And I had my first time doing it. This was during the pandemic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was just drinking wine, I was
Okay.
like, whatever.
So are you a champagne drinker?
Not a champagne drinker, a wine drinker.
Okay.
I drink a lot of cabs. I do celebrations with champagne, but not too much.
Okay.
I think, this is a biased statement. I think a lot of women drink champagne. Men drink champagne too, but I'm saying majority.
No, men weigh champagne.
Right. Like on championships and shit, right?
Men weigh champagne.
But like in terms of just like having brunch or girl, I'm coming over, we need to have a drink. That's mostly a women's thing.
Prefer.
Well, it's men's, but they straight men. A lot of straight men, I think, they don't really drink champagne like that.
They enjoy it, So it is different tiers to the wine, just your wine compared to your liquors. And see, this is how you break it all down.
Right.
But again, my background is alcohol, so I did alcohol for 20 years.
Okay.
Before I actually came out as my entrepreneur ventures. So you have your beer, you have your liquor, and you have your wine. So all of those different categories. The difference is by alcohol consumption and type. But as far as for your education on how to get your palate and what you like and how to hold your glass, and if you're a straight man, you're drinking bubbly, and if you order champagne, nobody's going to judge you.
Right.
It's just that you like fine products.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because once you get educated on your wine, just like, for example, you have your reds, you have your Merlot, you have your Cabernet, correct? So your Sauvignon. So if you find yourself being more drawn to a Merlot, your people gonna question you as far as your knowledge of wine. But the reality of it is that's just your preference.
Correct.
So no one should judge anybody based on what they like to enjoy, depending on what it is they want to drink whenever they're eating.
So take me through the process of selecting the box, the wrapping, the bottle, the wrapping on the actual bottle. How did that process take place? Was that a partnership deal, or did you come up with the design? Did you have the idea for everything? How does that work? Okay.
I did everything. I was hands-on and very eclectic with every piece of Vista Vie Royale, from the name, from the design, from the labeling to the distribution.
Wow.
I was hands-on, independently orchestrating everything.
So how you learn how to do that? I know you was in alcohol, but still though, nobody teaches you how to.
And they're not going to
create a label. Nobody teaches you the bottle, because I just learned there's multiple bottles when you have wine. Nobody teaches you the wrapping, stuff like that. How did you learn that?
So it's opportunity. Is where in your previous podcast, your guest mentioned where opportunity meets preparation.
Yes.
So for me, because I knew the law behind it, because I knew what was legal, what was illegal, what was right, what was wrong, what the makers were telling me, what the companies were telling me, whether it was fact or fiction, I knew. So the reality for me is I knew who to work with and who not to work with based off information that they were providing to me and answers that they were giving me and the way that they were communicating in regards to the process of everything. So just my background and my education on how the alcohol industry, work, not all of the alcohol industry, but the way the alcohol industry works with your distributors and with the maker and with where the product can be sold and how it can be sold legally, illegally. The reality of it is, in order for me to be able to say, yes, I'm going to invest, I'm going to invest in an opportunity. But I'm investing in an opportunity because I'm educated.
Right. You understand the product. You understand how to sell it. So let's talk about that. I want to talk about that in terms of selling it, how do you market and distribute the product? Do you go? Is it door to door?
Oh, I would love for it to be door to door, like knock, 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 buy the product.
It's like,
But
what?
legally, you can only have a certain amount of alcohol within your possession. So legally, so unless you have a distributor's license, then you can have a different amount. But for me and for my product, I have the opportunity to sell my product online. So
Okay.
we have the direct to consumer. This is why, when working with a distributor, and when I do work with the distributor is not going to per se sell my product.
Okay.
I want to
Okay.
be able to brand it properly, and I want to be able to create the right type of audience that's going to enjoy it and take an accountability to how, appreciated you are to actually have Vista Vie Royale in your possession.
Yes, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So, price points. Let's talk about the price points because I know you have different levels, and you have the premium, and you have the normal if you just want to drink. You have this one is the newest one.
Yes. So Vista Vie Royale, the exclusive edition collection case, is going to be coming out May.
May, okay. I like it. Got the royal midnight blue with a champagne glass in there with a cigar and a
With
signature
cigar.
glass
That's right.
of champagne.
Yes.
Make sure you guys order a bottle right now. What's the website?
Yes, you guys can go pre-order at vistavieroyale.com. Just go ahead and click on the product icon and go ahead and pre-order it as soon as possible because it is limited.
Yeah.
We only have a certain amount, and that amount is actually not going to exceed that amount. So once it's out, it's out.
It's out. It's out.
And the box is also going to be a signature box for the person who's going to actually purchase it.
Oh, that's nice. That's
So
dope.
they'll have the signature label and the icon logo.
Oh, that's dope. So now, how do you have time to work with the champagne and start a book?
So the book came out in 2018.
Okay.
But I had already started the process of creating a wine line since 2015.
Okay.
So during that time of me getting everything done, being hands-on, I was also an independent consultant. So I was actually creating my own schedule. So when I started working independently, where I was no longer a part of the department, I had all this knowledge. I had been in, administration, the municipal administration for almost 15 years by that time. So I learned a lot. I had a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
I still have a lot of knowledge. And a lot of the things that would come very easy to me was very hard for a lot of people. So I was just thinking, I need to put this on paper because if I don't, then I might forget even just for myself. Because a lot of the information that's in my book is entry-level information, whether you're entering into entrepreneurship or you're entering into your career passion.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be post-high school, post-college graduate, before you get into your career. There's 5 easy chapters of you having communication skills, knowing what your passion is, understanding what you are not good at.
Okay.
It's important for you to know what you are not good at, and then you find ways to get better. And then the last thing is goal maintenance. You have to have goal maintenance.
Okay.
Because you can set a goal. We always set a goal, but we already see ourselves there. But you're starting from the bottom.
Right. Right.
And that's the cover of the book. I have the Empire State Building on there because it's the Empire State Building. Everybody,
The height.
their goal is to build an empire.
Right.
But the part they're failing to realize and see, and the black part, is your foundation. Because you can see the skyline. You can see the clear blue skies. This blueprint is what's going to actually get you from here to there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the goal maintenance is during your time of fulfilling your vision and attaining your goal, there's going to be some maintenance and repairs along the way. I don't know anybody who's ever built a structure, whether it was a metal structure, wooden structure. There was some changes in the blueprint.
Oh, absolutely.
They had to fix or they had to repair something. Because there's no contractor that's perfect. there's going to be some changes. And you got to be able to make adjustments within the time of you setting a goal and actually reaching it. And you got to be able to see it through all the way.
So I'm going to give you a fun fact. And a lot of people probably don't know this. You mentioned structural engineering. I work with a lot of engineering. I'm not an engineer, but I work with a lot of engineering. Mm-hmm. So as tall as the building, that's how low they have to dig. Mm-hmm. So the Empire State is, say, 110 meters up. They have to dig 110 meters down in order for it to be stable for wind purposes. Mm-hmm. And they got that from the Egyptians with the pyramids. How the pyramids are built up, the same thing is below it, beneath it. So it's shaped like a diamond. But you only can see the top.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. So just imagine. So you know where I went? I went to how deep you have to dig within yourself.
Yep.
In order to reach your heights. Now, if you're not going too far, that's fine.
Yeah.
But for somebody who's going towards the sky, you got to find yourself digging that much deeper within yourself.
I see you, Stacy, getting deep over here. Watch out. Shout out to getting deep. Dig deep. You got to dig deep. So let me ask you.
You need to stop scratching the surface. Stop scratching the surface. It's going to take some work.
So who influenced you to write? I know you say you had time off. I know you said, you wasn't working in administration no more. And you gave all your time, you gave most of your time to the champagne. But who influenced you to write? Because writing a book is like a lot of work, especially if you're a parent and then you got another business. You're like, okay, what do I have the time to write? And then who's going to influence me to continue to write? Because you can start a thing and be like, all right, I got it. But life steps in and you be like, man, I'm not doing this no more.
That's a great question. That's a really, truly great question. Mm-hmm. My influence came from books I've read previously.
Okay.
My first boss would challenge us to read books that he read and he shared with the office. There was one book he shared with us that I read. I read it in a day because it was such a good book. And the book was called The Ultimate Gift.
Okay.
The Ultimate Gift was a book that stayed with me. And if I tell you what The Ultimate Gift is, then you won't read the book. So I'm encouraging everybody to read the book, The Ultimate Gift, and then fulfill the vision keys to unlocking your full potential at Amazon.com. It's available at Barnes & Nobles as well. And take that and fly. At some point in time, I'm going to see everybody with wings and flying.
Right.
Because they done figured out what the ultimate gift is. Mm-hmm. And they'll be done set themselves up in position to actually live that ultimate gift.
Got you. Purpose. So, and I kind of know what the ultimate gift is. I'm not going to give it away, but I'm going to just mention this. So in terms of spirituality, because I know you're talking on the realms of spirituality, and I'm not going to get it too deep, because I already know what you're talking about, because I want people to get the ultimate gift and your book at the same time. It's a simultaneous read, all right, guys? You can't have one without the other, okay?
And the other part of, the second part of your question is, where I'm from a town called Brobridge.
Brobridge, okay.
Population is probably still 70 to 81. Don't ask me how I know the number by heart, but
they home of the Crawfish Fest, right?
Oh, no. It's
Crab Fest or something?
It is the actual landmark for crawfish.
Yes, it is.
It is
You're
the
right.
crawfish capital of the world.
You're right, it is.
Oh, come on with the high five.
I knew it was something like that. Yeah, okay.
Which is coming up the first weekend of May. So I was born and raised in Brobridge, graduated Brobridge High School. And all the books that I've read and all the things that I've done in the community or worked for the city for 12 years, I never knew anybody personally that was a book author.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And even still till today, I'm not sure if I'm still the very first author of the book.
Wow.
My small town, but that's null and void. The reality of it is, I just did not want to not put that information out for those who were going to come up behind me in my small town and community.
Right. That's good, because I know that when you have somebody of that magnitude that's like that, and you're the first, they normally name a road, a library, a street after you, right?
Mayor Colley, this is no pun intended.
So we need to get her a road over there. We need to get Stacy a road, all right? in Bro Bridge.
Oh my God.
I'm coming to the ribbon, the ceremony. All right. So look, let me ask you this. So fulfilling your dreams, right? Fulfilling your destiny. Do you think that you're fulfilling your destiny, or you have more to go?
There's so much more. There's so much more. They say don't answer questions too fast. You gotta find your words and use them wisely.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality of it is, I know for a fact that if God allows me to continue doing the work that's with the good intentions of my heart,
Mm-hmm.
there's more things that's gonna come. And I think for me, one of the things that I'm looking forward to is I'm looking forward to honoring people that have done the things that they never thought they would do.
Right. Right.
That is just honor.
So,
Just honor.
so let me ask you this: you're very positive. You're a positive person.
Sometimes.
But I know you're from Louisiana, so you get a little ratchet. I get it. I understand.
It's
Look,
not a ratchet.
it's like a bugetto.
No, it's not ghetto.
Look, so these are the corporate America answers that we're getting here. I done seen Stacy. I'm not saying that she, but I'm just. But so my question is basically your motivation, right? Having the motivation to continue your destiny, right? Even though being classy, being a woman, being a business owner, being a mother, being a friend, being a wife, that's hard, right? Because life brings that on to you. That's hard.
Yes.
What motivates you to continue to keep on going and staying positive?
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. There's a lot of formulation that is involved.
Yeah.
And in the formulation, it's going to require me to completely understand me. Because I like to understand why I do the things that I do.
Mm-hmm.
I like to understand why I feel the way I feel, why I feel like I need to do the things that I do. And that's with everything. So with me choosing to attend an event, with me choosing to travel out of town, with me choosing to be the chairman of whatever, choosing to not go there, not do this, not do that. It just comes with me completely understanding why I'm doing what I'm doing. But it also takes for me to make sure that when I do it, I'm doing it for the right reasons.
Got you. Okay.
My intentions of actually doing something is going to be for the right reasons. And that's even in the form of me telling my child no for something. It comes into the form of saying, yes, we're doing this and you're going to love it.
Yes.
Whether it's going to be, no, I'm not going here, I'm not going there, but it's just with good intention. So that's where my motivation comes in at. I won't do anything unless it's going to make me better, make somebody else better.
Okay. I like it.
Have a positive outcome. And if we don't have a positive outcome, we're going to find a way to make it positive because God is in charge of everything.
I got it. I like that. I like that. So I want to segue a little bit. All right. I want to get out of that. I want to go back to the ratchet. Nah. So I want to ask you this because people going to ask because I'm pretty sure, people going to go online and buy both the book and the champagne. Price range. Give me the price ranges of the actual champagne.
Yes. So Vista Vie Royale is a premium rosé. So we actually have the price point for $79.99 online. And right now with the pre-order, we're going to allow it to be sold for the next month for only $69.99.
Okay. All right, $70, so that's not bad.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing as the other ones. I forget their names. I can't even think about it. So
yeah, because what names, right?
Yeah, no names. It's only Vista Vie.
Only Vista Vie.
Vista Vie. Vista Vie.
Live your royal life.
That's right. So question for you, right? And this is I never thought about this until you started talking about it. You from Bro Bridge, the capital of crawfish.
Crawfish capital of the world.
Can you eat crawfish with champagne?
Of course. You're going to burp like crazy, but yes.
Really?
Yes.
I never knew nobody to ever do that.
Okay, so my Louisiana palate, and just keep in mind, the taste of Louisiana is the actual taste of its flavor.
Yes.
Like everybody gets their flavor from the conception of Louisiana tasting. And well, for me, Vista Vie Royale is actually a taste that was inspired by Louisiana
Okay.
flavor.
Ain't got no crab ball in it, do it?
No,
Oh.
but I, like every once in a while, I'll be, and
little,
I go pour a little bit.
a little dash in there. Anybody that know what we talking about, so you gotta be from Louisiana to know what crab ball we talking about. So when you cook, when we cook any type of seafood, any type of meat, we ball anything, we put the Louisiana crab ball in there.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then a little Vista Vie for me, like I'll go
Right.
just on my tray, just on my tray. But if you drink champagne and you eat ball crawfish, when you think about the spice that's in the crawfish boil, and it picks up a palate, so that when you drink champagne, it picks up those bubbly taste buds that picks up from the spices. So you can actually enjoy your crawfish ball a lot more from what happens with your palate and when you're drinking bubbly or any acidic drink.
I never thought about that.
Some people, they'll drink Coke, like when they're, you see what I mean? It's the acid, the bubble.
Yeah.
But just like with champagne, it'll pick up a different flavor from the palate on the ball. I know it's a lot, but I just dissect.
Yeah, I didn't know that because I know a lot of women, they class it, they only drink champagne, but they eat seafood too.
Yeah.
So I wonder, I never asked and I never paid attention.
It entices the flavor in the taste bud.
Yeah, okay, cool. So my last question before we get out of here. And look, you can't be biased. I want you to be honest.
Oh, shit. Let me drink.
This was on one of my last podcasts. I had, my Southern brand up here. And, he was talking about the gumbos and the foods and everything. Since you're from Breaux Bridge, what are the places? Well, yeah, I'm not going to compare. So what are the places where you have the best food?
In Breaux Bridge?
No, in between, just compare between Louisiana and Houston.
Like all of Louisiana?
Yes.
There's some business.
Just give me 3 of them. Not a lot of them. Just give me 3.
Okay, so in between the top part of Louisiana, or coming from Shreveport, or we're coming
down
from
to New Orleans.
Mississippi to
No,
Houston?
the whole Louisiana and Houston.
Whole Louisiana. Okay. So
3.
All right.
And name them in order too.
Because my name is Stacy Babineau Dangle, and I am a former Louisiana State Department employee, and I want to be able to say there's every business within the state of Louisiana. They have the best food. Now that I got that part
All
covered.
right. That's a diplomatic answer. Wonk, wonk, wonk. Now.
Right. So out of New Orleans, hands down, Mario's is going to be great.
Okay.
You're going to enjoy Mario's because for me, the appetizer was great, the entree was great, and, the dessert was very good.
Okay. Mario's out of New Orleans.
And you have fun. You have the great music, and you're going to have a good time.
Okay.
So going down, we're going to go to Baton Rouge and Ballin' Rue.
Oh, okay. You like Ballin' Rue? Okay.
Shout
out to
Ballin'
Adrian.
Rue.
Okay, yeah.
Who?
Adrian, he's the owner.
Oh.
We went to school together.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So Ballin' Rue is definitely going to be, you're going to get that same, eclectic energy there. You're going to have the best food. You're going to have the drinks are going to be great.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a good time. You're going to have fun. And we're going to go to Lafayette. And I like Don's.
Don's what? Oh,
This downtown. This
okay.
downtown area.
Okay.
But no, no pun intended in regards to the atmosphere of the restaurant. But they have good food, great quality in the food. And it's not a lot of places in Lafayette where you can, go and get served on and have, people come to the table back and forth. But, Lars, I mean, you got to go to Lars. I mean, like, you
but that's
university.
Yeah.
So I'm always going to have that, that extension.
So Houston not in it. Houston didn't make the cut. So I told you 3. You said.
No, you said 3 just in Louisiana.
Houston didn't make the cut. You said New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette.
You said 3 just in Louisiana. Because I could pick 3 out here in Houston.
No, I can't pick none of it in Houston. 0. That's me, though. Stacy didn't say that. Stacy didn't say that, all right? Look, this is my opinion. All the restaurants that are here in Houston, they're from Louisiana. That are good. That are good. That's my opinion.
Okay. But so technically, we can incorporate those restaurants out here from Louisiana. So we're even, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah, you good. You good.
I mean, Houston has great restaurants. They have wonderful
Ooh.
entertainment with their restaurant establishments. They have a lot of options. That's one thing I like about Houston restaurants. They have a lot of options. Because like, you could go to a Mediterranean restaurant. You can order, like some Creole. So I like it. So
Yeah, that's true. They do have a lot of diversity here. That's the best thing about it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of diversity.
So shout out to the Houston restaurants.
Yeah, I'm going to give them a shout out just because of you here.
Send me a message.
That's right. So let me ask you this before we get out of here. How can restaurants, people, individuals get in contact with you for the brand, for your champagne to get in their stores, or if they just want to purchase it on their own, how can they get in contact with you?
Before I do that, I do want to say thank you so much for this moment in time.
You're welcome.
Culture District podcast is a very, informative podcast.
Yes.
So shout out to you. And I want to tell you that if there's anything that I can do as an entrepreneur, as a board member of a nonprofit organization, contribute to what you're doing, feel free to reach out. Appreciate you.
I'll see that on camera, right? So now if y'all see Vista Vie up here as a sponsor, look, don't be surprised. Now, I'm just saying. We might be drinking 605 and Vista Vie. I'm just speaking into existence.
We can just be displayed too. I mean,
it could be that too.
It could be that too.
That too.
But Vista Vie.
I call that product placement. That's the whole corporate America thing.
That's the whole. You won't look at my girl.
That's product placement. It's a fee to everything around here now. It's a fee to everything around here. But how can I get in contact with you?
I love it. Shout out to all the entrepreneur business owners and podcast content. So Vista Vie Royale is available online. It is available to have in your establishment, whether you have a restaurant, whether you have a night bar, whether you have just a business where anybody can come in and enjoy a nice, chilled, good beverage. You can order it for wholesalers online, vistavieroyale.com. If you are an individual wine drinker, champagne lover, celebration, if you know anybody who would love to enjoy an amazing rosé, you can just go to vistavieroyale.com and place your orders there as well.
There you go. There you have it. Look, I'm glad you came up here to break it down, because I'm pretty sure people had seen it before, but they didn't know who owned it. They didn't know it was black owned. You know what I'm saying? Because the name, because it's the French. It's French. No, it's French. You know. So being French, you think it's from over there in France. El Francais or Francais.
I like French.
Or you thought it was Spaniard or over there in the regions of Naples, and you never know. You never know.
And I mean, my last name has French in it.
Babineau.
Like the Babineau.
Right,
so
Babineau. So you do have French in you.
I do have French in me, and I know some French. Creole French.
You just a dark-skinned Frenchman. That's all.
Yes,
that's all. I'm selling the business here. All right.
There's history, and I just didn't draw it up. Like there's some real Frenchmen in there. Authenticity in regards to Vista Vie Royale and me in Louisiana and the product being good and everything.
There it is. And we ain't talking French fries, guys. We ain't talking French fries. No. Guys, look, I'm glad you guys tuned into the show, man. Look, we got to get out of here. We're going to have some more Vista Vie, right? Vista Vie to drink when we get out of here, guys.
Vista Vie.
I'm sorry, Vista Vie. I'm sorry. Hey, man, I've been sipping a little communion juice, so, y'all excuse me. But we got to get out of here, guys. Man, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit Stacy up. Make sure you hit Vista Vie up. Make sure you purchase the book. It's on Amazon. It's also at Barnes & Nobles. Man, look, we trying to get everybody to fulfill their destiny. We trying to get everybody to go to what they was made here to do, put here to do. Go forward your destiny. Fulfill your destiny, man. Look, I'm glad you guys tuned in to the show, man. Look, this is DJ KO. Word of the day. Before we get out of here, word of the day. What's the word of the day?
Word of the day. Before I give the word of the day, I want to say, while you're fulfilling your vision, I want you to cheers, toast, and celebrate yourself very often.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Salute.
Salute.
Guys, we love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace out.
Word of the day. Cheers.
Cheers. Hey, there we go.